Hi everyone, good morning, welcome to my channel. So today I'm posting this video after a long time, and the name of or the topic of this video is Process Definition Document or PDD in Robotic Process Automation. So I'll briefly explain you what is Process Definition Document and how do you create it and what are its uses and importance in Robotic Process Automation. You can see the definition on your screen, so I'll explain you one by one. The definition document or PDD is a document that details the business process that is to be automated using the RPA tools, UiPath Automation Anywhere. So let's say if you have identified any process and once you get approval for this process, once you get the go ahead of this process, then the first document that being a business analyst or a solution architect or a developer you'll have to create is process definition document. This document is basically the first document that you'll have to create once you have a process walkthrough with the SMEs or the process experts. So it is effectively an instruction manual that depicts the as-is process and should be accurate and detailed enough to refer it for solution design document or to train robos. These documents will be a reference documents for the developer or solution architect when they create the process definition document. So solution design document. So process definition document is very important, as I told you that this is a reference for solution design document, and also this is the first document in design phase. And once you complete the process definition document, you'll have to get it signed off from the business in order to move forward. So moving to the next slide, I'll explain you what are the important component of process definition document. So basically, different company, they follow the different structure. They have their own company standard structure and templates, but these are the high level, or these are the important things that is applicable for most of the process definition document of most of the companies. I mean, these are the key parameters, or these are the key things that you will have to include in the process definition document. The first part is objective. It defines the objective of this document. Let's say why this PDD is important. The second one is like introduction. This usually defines the process. It is kind of one para or two para introduction of the process. What is that process? What kind of business is that process and all. And the third one is application in scope. This topic usually defines what are the different type of applications and what are the nature of those applications. Is it like desktop based application, Citrix application, or web based application? Is in everything. The fourth one is like high level process steps. It is like usually the L1 or L2 level of process steps that depicts or that defines the process in high level. The next one is scope or out of scope. It is very important to know what are the scope of automation in a particular process. Let's say the process has like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 steps, and let's say out of 5, 4 are in scope and 1 is not in scope. So this document is very important for you to tell that what are the process that are in scope of automation and that are not in scope of automation. Next one is as-is process flow or flowchart or map. So flowchart of as-is process, the current process that the current business users or the SME is performing, we should create a flowchart of that right from the starting to ending, and it should clearly show from where how the process is going from one step to the other step and one application to the other application. So that is very important for us to integrate the process in future. The next one is detailed process steps. So this is very important in process definition document. It is mandatory for us to have the keystroke level process steps that usually depicts the step-by-step process along with the print screen or screenshot. The next one is exception. Any if the process has any business or technical exception, that has to be clearly called out in this process definition document. The last one is any queries. I mean, this is not a mandatory one, but it's better to include this one, because if you have any queries related to that process, then you can you can list out all the queries that you have in that process definition document, because this document will go to the business or the SME, and they will give the sign off for this document. So it is very important for you to understand and just to know what are the different kind of queries you have. So importance of process definition document. Why this process definition document is very important? Because it is a reference document to the solution design document. So the developer or the solution architect will refer this document when they create the solution design document. So process definition document is very important. The second one is, it is important to determine the scope of out of scope of automation. As I clearly told in the previous slide, that the process definition document has a clear picture what are the steps that are in automation and what are not. So it is very important for us to understand the scope of and out of scope of automation. And the third and the last one is to understand the requirement of the process. So this PDD clearly tells from which part of the steps, or which steps of the process, and to which steps of the process are in scope of automation. So it is very important for us to get a clear understanding of the process and get a sign of from the business. Let's say if the business have some other requirement in future, then for that you can create a separate change request for that, because this process definition document only clearly mention that how much time it's gonna take to complete this automation process, and what are the kinds of requirements, each and everything. So this is very important. The process definition document is rather the first step of RPA, or RPA phase. It is the first step of design phase in robotic process automation. So it is very important that you have the clear requirement in order to automate the process. Otherwise, if the requirement is not clear, or if the process definition document is not clear, then there will be a lot of challenges in the future. So it is very important for us to create the process definition document very accurately and in detailed version with all the requirements in scope. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any query related to process definition document or any other documents related to RPA, you can add the comments in the below, or you can email me, or you can like this video as well. I'll come up more other documents related to robotic process automation in the next videos. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.